What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Untamed Outdoorsmen. And today we are back once again in the garage, out in the middle of winter here. Not a whole lot to do fishing-wise this time of year, so we are back with some more garage videos. And today we're going to be doing a kind of independent video and unboxing a Mystery Tackle Box Elite Edition box. These Mystery Tackle Box openings, we did these a lot a few years ago. Still some of my favorite videos to this day were some of the funkier Mystery Tackle Boxes or different variety bait boxes. We tried to unbox as many of them as we could possibly find because I liked them so much and I enjoyed doing them. And I really want to try to get into them again because they were a lot of fun, and to find all those like funky boxes and all those cool things were always kind of fun. So I'm going to try to do those more, but today we have the MTB Elite, to be specific, the box 617. You know, the Elite one is probably the one that we've done the least unboxings of. We've done a variety of the standard MTBs. We've done a couple of their pros. I believe we've done one other Elite. We've done one other Mother Load, and we did one Juggernaut. And then we did that special edition reserve crate, which was a video that we made almost 4 years ago now, which is crazy to think about. But either way, we're going to unbox this guy here and just see what's in here. So this has 9 to 11 items in it for about a $60 value. So I'm getting into them here. Okay. So those of you who are curious on how we unbox these, I don't look at it and I just open it up for the first time. So you guys are going to see it before I see it. There you go, and I'm going to leave it like that, and I cannot see what's in the box right now. So just so we get some first reactions here. So, like I said, 9 to 11 items in this box. So we're going to start right off with, this feels like a rod sock. Yes, it does. So this is the Rod Glove rod sleeve. So I've heard a lot about this brand of rod sleeves. I am not a personal user of this style of rod sleeve. These are like the woven mesh style ones. We have a lot of the neoprene ones in the garage here. I love the neoprene ones. We decided to upgrade last off season to the neoprene rod sleeves. So I probably won't end up using this. So I'll probably end up donating it to Bruce or to a tournament friend, one or the other, but we'll have to see. But I do know the Rod Glove. I do believe they sell this at Dick's Sporting Goods, I believe. I see this a lot at Dick's Sporting Goods locations. But the brand itself is not bad. I do like this brand. Yeah, I'll probably end up donating this, but not a bad brand of rod sleeve. So that's that. Okay, next up here, let's see. All right, we have a Westin Deep Thud series. This is the Fat Boy, half ounce, 8-inch depth, the Fat Boy. The wild action will entice the most finicky trophy bass and other freshwater game fish to strike. So like I said, this is the Westin Deep Thud series, half ounce. This is to a depth of 8 feet, and the color is Chartreuse King. So that's that right there. Kind of a chartreuse with a little bit of orange on the top and a little bit of black accents there. So yeah, the Westin, I've never heard of Westin before. I haven't personally seen them before, but this is their Fat Boy, the Westin Fat Boy in the Chartreuse King, half ounce. So pretty cool. Nice little deep diving crankbait there. I'm actually kind of lacking on my deep diving crankbait, so it's nice to have another one. What else we got? Okay, so, from Ducket Fishing. Okay, the Ducket Sway Minnow. This is a forward-thinking bait designed for forward-facing sonar. Obviously, you don't have to use forward-facing sonar in order to use this, obviously. But I think they kind of design them a little more for it, whatever that means. But you can put this on a jig head, you can rig it weightless, you can rig it drop shot, which is nice, and you can put it on a chatterbait as well. But this is the Ducket Sway Minnow in the 3.75-inch Sway Minnow Silver Shad color. So it's like a clear with silver, brown, and gray flakes. But yeah, this thing is cool. This has the Sora Tobu wing technology. Naturally induces a rolling and swaying motion, eliminates twirling during the fall. So, kind of cool, yeah. I do see it kind of has a raised lip on the sides for that. But, yeah, the Ducket Pro-Driven Sway Minnow in the silver shad color. You get 7 of them. So, just kind of your jig head kind of bait, or maybe a drop shot bait. Whatever you want to throw it on, but pretty cool. Let's see what else. Okay, so we have a Googan bait here. So the Googan baits, I mean, I know a lot of people kind of are 50-50 on Googan baits. Some people really hate them, other people really like them. My take on Googan baits, those of you who do not know, I do feel that Googan does have some good things. They do have some good baits, but a lot of them are not that great. But I won't run away from the fact that they have some good baits. I'm not going to immediately write them off like that, but some of their baits are hit or miss, to be completely honest with you. And Googan has really quieted down over the years. The last like 2 years, I think they've really quieted down. You know, I think some people have kind of left the Googan squad. Some bigger names that originally started it, they kind of left it. So I don't know where Googan's going to be in the next couple of years, but they had some really high highs, I think, and that era of fishing is kind of nostalgic for me. So, and you know, you can't argue with the fact that Googan has introduced so many people to the world of fishing and so many younger anglers to the outdoors, so you can't fault them for that. But either way, moving on, this is the Bandito Bug 3.3 inch. This is their junior series, their smaller one. You get 9 of them, and it's their summer craw color. So it's like a green pumpkin on the top with a watermelon on the bottom, and this is their Bandito Bug. I do feel the Bandito Bug is one of their better baits. I do like the design of the Bandito Bug, so I won't fault them. I do think the Bandito Bug is better than some of their other baits out there. I think this is one of their better ones. I love the rattle and chunk from them. I don't hate their square bill. So yeah, there are some baits I like, and I do think this is one of them. But the Bandito Bug Junior in the summer craw. So not bad. Let's see what else we got. Still have quite a bit here. Ooh, okay. So this is the company Team Arc. I like Team Arc. I've thrown a couple of their baits before, and I think I've gotten them from different boxes like this. And I've been happy with every one that I've thrown. I am a fan of Team Arc baits. I like the design of them. I like the way that they swim in the water. I like their actions. I don't think they're bad quality baits, personally. But this one, to be more specific, is the suspended jerkbait, the J98SP 66 in the pearl color. So white, it's kind of a smaller jerkbait, but it's a pearl white jerkbait from them. Kind of a clear jerkbait, honestly. But the 66 is probably 66 millimeter suspending jerkbait. So this will suspend in the water for you. I am a fan of these Team Arc baits. So far, I've been impressed by everyone I've used. But yeah, so very cool. So let's see what else we got here. Probably got a handful more. This seems like a larger one. Okay, so this is another Googan Squad bait. So I have noticed that these mystery tackle boxes really like to put Googan Squad in here. Whatever, it is what it is. But they do like to put Googan Squad in here. However, I don't hate this bait. The Googan Squad Banger, specifically in this color, I actually kind of like it. I've seen to catch fish on this thing. I have caught definitely a handful of bass on this specific bait in this specific color. But the Googan Squad Banger in chartreuse black. So it's like a chartreuse across the body and then a black line across the top there. This is a 2 to 5 foot diver and a 3/8 ounce weight. So they do have a mini one, they have a grande one. I've only really thrown this regular size, but yeah. So not a whole lot to talk about on this one, just kind of a basic square bill crankbait with the Googan name on it. Nothing too special there. But okay, moving on here. Looks like we got a few more. What's this? Okay, so smart bait. This is, what the heck is this? It's like a clear worm. So if any of you don't know, the smart baits do change color in certain water conditions. So I don't know what the color of this one changes to, but this is just a solid, completely clear worm, like a 10-inch worm. That's it. So not a whole lot to talk about here because it doesn't really show a lot on the back packaging for this specific bait. It's just kind of like a general advertisement of smart baits. Yeah, so activated by water temperatures, smart baits, soft baits undergo multiple color changes to imitate live bleeding prey fish that will trigger fish to strike. So just as simple as it gets, 10-inch worm that's completely clear, and it will probably change with color temperature. So it doesn't say what colors it will change to in the box, but yeah. Kind of cool. Maybe we'll give that a try this season. All right, moving on. Looks like we got one or two more here. Ooh, okay. So Westin baits. I like Westin baits. I've actually fished with a couple of baits from Westin baits, and I do actually like them quite a bit. but this is the Westin Baits Crack Craw, or Cree Craw, Crack Craw, whatever it may be. This is a 2.5-inch craw. This is more of like a chunk bait almost. You can put it on an EWG, you can probably put it on a jig head, and this has a specialty scent to it, and this is in the oyster color, so it's like a clear white with purple and black flake on it. So kind of your smaller craw style bait, which, yeah, pretty cool. I am a fan of Westin baits. I think this is one of the better baits that are in these kind of boxes, but yeah, can't complain. All right, so probably one more, maybe, probably some terminal tackle, and then maybe some stickers, if I had to guess. This is just the card, so if you guys want to use that card and check out some of the baits for yourself online. So this is probably some hooks. Yep, so Stickies EWGs. These are 3 EWG hooks. These sticky ones are actually not bad. I don't hate them. Honestly, I usually take them right out of the box and I forget which brand is which, but yeah, Stickies EWG. Not bad. And then probably just a sticker in here. So I'm going to open this up and take a look. Yep, so this one's actually kind of cool. So a little football style MTB, which I think is like, you know, some people refer to big bass as footballs. I mean, the time you're recording this, it's late December and it's right before the NFL playoffs. At the time of recording this, the Patriots are doing really well. Who knows how it'll shake out by the time you guys see this video. But yeah, pretty cool little sticker right there that I'll probably go right on the door right here. You guys will see it for all the rest of the videos that we do. But yeah, football, MTB, kind of a take on big bass. People call it football. So yeah, guys, pretty cool. So I always used to give a ranking of these MTB boxes back when we did them. I do remember a lot of those boxes and kind of a lot of the ratings I gave. I think the highest rating of a box I ever gave was an 8 out of 10 because it's really hard to get a 10 out of 10 box. That's really tough. And even a 9 out of 10 is really tough. I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give this a 6. I would say about a 6 is fair. You do get 2 really good crankbaits, kind of the same color scheme. 2 good crankbaits, a rod glove if you don't have a lot of rods and just have like 1 or 2. This is actually a really nice little tool for you if you don't already have it. So this is nice. A little too much Googan, to be completely honest with you. I know the MTBs love to use Googan. A little too much Googan for me. Not that I'm a Googan hater or anything, but a nice little variety of soft plastics here. Maybe not the biggest fan of some of the colors. There are a lot of like whites and clears, and this one's just a complete clear. So I'm not overly thrilled with the color variety on the soft plastic. And then you got 1 green pumpkin, which not terrible, not amazing. Could have used a little bit better color variety. And then this is probably my favorite bait in the whole box, is this arc jerkbait here. This will most likely get some use pretty early on in the season this season because our area thrives on cold water jerkbaits. So definitely going to get some use. And I'm a fan of the sticker. So I think 6 out of 10, maybe on the higher end of 6 out of 10, is a pretty fair assessment of this box. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know if you guys want to see more of these kind of unboxings with these style boxes. Like I said, this channel's history, we've done probably 20 plus videos of these, and I really enjoyed them. Even making this video today brought back some memories. So definitely not opposed to doing them. If there's people that want to see it, I will not be afraid to do it again because I really enjoyed them. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for all the great stuff coming really soon. And we'll see you guys next time. Thank you.